Please be seated. Good morning. My name is Victor Kapler, and I'm the Dean of the College of Justice and Safety. It is my great honor to welcome you to Eastern Kentucky University's College of Justice and Safety Fall 25 Convocation Celebration. In this ceremony, we honor degree candidates in the College of Justice and Safety. Now that you've sat down, if you would please rise for the presentation of the national colors by the Lexington-Fayette Urban County Government's Honor Guard and the singing of our national anthem by Jessica and Lauren Mullins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Parents, family, friends, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, thank you for joining us today to celebrate with our fall graduates this milestone in their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you a man who needs no introduction, the 13th President of Eastern Kentucky University, Dr. Michael T. Benson.
Well, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here today, and on behalf of the university, our Board of Regents, our faculty and staff, and certainly our students, we welcome all of our guests. You family members, you've sacrificed a great deal to be here for your graduates. And to you graduates, this is a maroon letter day. This is a day you will remember the rest of your lives. As I said to a graduating group yesterday, just having letters behind your name and a degree and a diploma in your hand makes you no better than anybody else. On the contrary, it gives you the responsibility to go out into the world with your education to make a difference. There, as you know, is much bad in the world. We see it every day on the news. We see it in the newspaper. We see it on TV. It really falls to you, those who have the privilege and the unbelievable privilege to have access to education, to go out and make a difference. So I congratulate you. I thank our faculty and staff for the positive impact they've had on your lives. And I encourage you to always remember your experiences that you've had at EKU and to remember what the phrase alma mater means. Alma mater in Latin means nurturing mother. And in many ways, EKU has been like a mother to you. It's given birth to your educational, moral, philosophical being. And now, again, the responsibility is yours to go out and make a difference and do something with that degree. So congratulations. It's a great day. It's a day of celebration. I wish you the very best. And go Colonels. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Benson. In today's ceremony, we are recognizing 148 bachelor's degrees, 91 master's degrees, 11 associate's degrees for a total of 250 degrees. This morning's graduates include many who have achieved academic distinction. We are proud of all those who are graduating with honors today. I would like to now call to the podium Dr. Peter Kraska, Chair of the School of Justice Studies, to recognize our students of distinction and some of their very important guests who are here today. Dr. Kraska.
Good morning. It's great to see you all. I want to recognize at this time 7 groups in particular. If you would, please hold your applause until all 7 groups have been recognized. Would all those who are graduating this afternoon from our nationally prominent honors program as honors scholars please stand and remain standing? Would all those who are graduating summa cum laude with a 3.9 GPA or higher please stand and remain standing? Would all those who are graduating magna cum laude with a GPA of 3.7 but less than 3.9 please stand and remain standing? Now, would all those graduates who are members of Phi Kappa Phi, Golden Key National Honor Society, Alpha Phi Sigma, and the Order of the Sword and Shield also stand? Let us honor these 7 groups of outstanding student scholars. And congratulations as well to all others who are graduating with honors this morning. Throughout her 109-year history, Eastern Kentucky University has been known as a school of opportunity. and we will always be proud of that distinction. I am particularly pleased to acknowledge this morning the many first-generation college graduates who are earning a degree today. This means that neither their parents nor anyone in any earlier generation was a college graduate. With all the candidates for degrees who are the first generation in their families to earn a college degree, please stand. Commencement is also the time we recognize the many people who have contributed to the success of these candidates with resources, encouragement, occasional cajoling, love, and understanding. Now I ask the following to stand as you are presented and remain standing so that we may welcome and honor you as a group. Will the parents of the candidates for graduation please stand? Will the spouses of the candidates please stand? Now, how about the grandparents of the candidates? Please stand. Will the children and other family members of the candidates please stand? Finally, will the outstanding faculty and staff who have instructed and served these candidates please stand? I would like to call to the podium Dr. Tom Schneid to recognize special guests that are attending today's ceremony.
I would like to recognize some special individuals here on the platform. Will each person please stand when presented and remain standing? Mr. Brian McKinnon, Board of Regents. Ms. Katie Scott, Board of Regents. Dr. Jana Weiss, Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost. Mr. Barry Pointer, Vice President of Finance and Administration. Dr. Jerry Pekoshnik, Dean, EKU Graduate School. Mr. Hal Boyd, Special Assistant to the President. Dr. Tom Martin, EKU International Alumni Association President. Ms. Cindy Hale, Justice and Safety Alumni Board Past President. Mr. Ken Armstrong, Justice and Safety Alumni Board President. Ms. Jenny Hammond, Justice and Safety Alumni Board Member at Large. Ms. Lisa Broaddus, Justice and Safety Alumni Board Member at Large. Professor Nancy Davis, Chair, Department of Fire Protection and Paramedic Science, and Dr. Peter Kraska, Chair of Graduate Studies and Research, School of Justice Studies. Please join with me in greeting these members of our University Administration and Alumni Board and expressing to them our appreciation for their dedicated service. Dr. Pete Kraska will now introduce our student speaker.
Each semester, a member of the graduating class is selected for the honor of presenting a student commencement address. This afternoon, that honor belongs to Priscilla Norfleet of Radcliffe, Kentucky, who's graduating with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Sharing in Priscilla's special day today are her wonderful parents and her sister, Jessica Garden. I know they are very proud of Priscilla, as we are. It is my pleasure and privilege now to introduce the student speaker for this morning's convocation, Priscilla Norfleet.
Good morning. My name is Priscilla Norfleet, and I would like to welcome you all to the 186th commencement ceremony of the College of Justice and Safety at Eastern Kentucky University. On the behalf of the graduating class of 2015, I would like to thank you for joining us as we celebrate our last and final step of our undergraduate careers, graduation, the moment that some of us have prepared for our entire lives. Regardless, we have finally reached that glorious light at the end of the tunnel. Graduating from college has been on many of our minds for a while, but it's been on my mind since I've received my acceptance letter to Eastern. You see, we were all driven here for the same purpose, but the ways and means in which we got here are different. I've lived in Hardin County, Kentucky for the majority of my life, as my dad was enlisted in the military and stationed at nearby Fort Knox. I went to school, was a member of the Colored Winter Guards, maintained a modest grade point average, and hung out with my friends. My story before Eastern is not all that unlike of other graduates here, but I know my story after Eastern, and because of Eastern, will be bright. Today, as we embark and ponder on our future, let us not forget our yesterdays and the experiences that have led us to get here today. Every action has a reaction, and we cannot rule out the amount of millions of consequences and coincidences that have had to occur for us to be here for graduation. We cannot ignore the people who have shaped us, the experiences that have shaped us, or the reality of life that has shaped us, and I can certainly think of all three. Dr. Keshawna Gray has impacted my collegiate career, my life, like no other faculty member. She has not only guided me academically, but she has showed me that you can accomplish anything you set your mind on. She has always taught me to have a voice and to never let fear control you or your actions. In the summer of 2014, I was fortunate enough to represent Eastern Kentucky University on a trip to Missouri. It was my mission to explore the city of Ferguson, Missouri, and to collect data and information on the murder of Michael Brown as history unfolded. This event was very sobering to me because it affirmed my decision to become a student in the College of Justice and Safety to begin with, to seek the truth and to uncover justice wherever she hides. Along the years here at EKU, I have also enjoyed mentoring with the Justice and Safety student leaders, as well as servicing others with my sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I didn't realize how much better my college experience could really get until I was introduced to the College of Justice and Safety. My cohort and I were lucky enough to have joined the college after its new renovation. The arrangement of classrooms and the ample amount of study space sets a foundation that demands student success. Not only does the physical arrangements of the building contribute to student development, but also the College of Justice and Safety's faculty and staff within the walls. The faculty and staff that a College of Justice and Safety student comes into contact with is like no other in the country. They believe in students when no one else will. In closing, the tight-knit community here at Eastern allows students the opportunity to achieve greatness, and I'm so grateful to have been a part of it. From this day forward, we will bear the name of this college on our backs, knowing that earning this degree was more than just another credential to add to our resumes, but also life lessons that have shaped us into who we are today. So, I leave you, class of 2015, with a quote by our President and Commander-in-Chief Barack Obama that I challenge you to consider. He said, "We must carry forward the work of those who came before us to ensure our children have no limits to their dreams, no obstacles to their achievements, and no remaining ceilings to shatter." Thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce the College of Justice and Safety's Convocation Speaker, Mr. Hassan Davis. In 2012, Hassan became Kentucky's 5th Commissioner of Juvenile Justice. During his 2-year tenure as Commissioner, he was instrumental in reforming Kentucky's juvenile justice system. He has been recognized for his professional and personal efforts serving the needs of young people in education, juvenile justice, and the arts on a local, state, and national level. He is a Rockefeller Foundation Next Generation Leadership Fellow, an inductee into the Council of State Government Henry Toll Fellowship Program, and an Annie E. Casey Children's and Family Fellow. After an early arrest as a preteen, expulsion from alternative schools, and a lifelong struggle with learning and behavioral challenges, ADHD and dyslexia, Hassan earned his GED and decided to lead the life he knew well, for one he could hardly imagine. Hassan moved to Kentucky to attend Berea College. Although Hassan was expelled from Berea College twice, he returned a 3rd time, determined to prove those failures would not be his lasting legacy. With the right attitude and support, Hassan earned his BA degree from Berea College and his Juris Doctorate degree from the University of Kentucky College of Law. Currently, Hassan provides consulting, training, and technical assistance support to a wide range of youth-serving organizations across the country. He lives in Berea with his wife and 2 children. Please welcome Mr. Hassan Davis.
Good morning. My name is Hassan Davis, and like you, I consider myself a hope dealer. I believe that every American deserves the chance to be engaged, encouraged, and provided their clearest path to greatness in education, career, and community life. But too often in our America, dreams go unfulfilled. Challenges overcome hope, lead to fear and despair. And the question rises often, who will stand for the least? Who will speak for the lost? Who will fight for the left behind? The answer is before us. Those of you who choose to stand tall and to represent, to be encouraged, to stand in the breach, to ensure that this dark time we are in, as the President alluded to, and clearly we are in difficult times. But the only way we move through this to our better days, to our better selves, to our better America, is if those of you who have chosen to take up this incredible work do your diligence. My name is Hassan Davis, and before I was Commissioner of Juvenile Justice, before I was Chair of the Juvenile Justice Advisory Board for the state of Kentucky, before I was Vice Chair of the Federal Advisory Committee advising the President of the United States and the Congress on issues that young people face, before I was a graduate of UK law, before I was a graduate of Berea College, I was lost, the least, left behind. I entered the school-to-prison pipeline at the age of 7 when my teacher identified me as a broken child who couldn't read and couldn't sit still and couldn't be like the other kids, and decided that the best use for a child like that was to put them in a box, to isolate them from the rest of the world and ensure their death slowly by days. But there were people who chose to engage in my life, who chose to see me not as my greatest problem, but my greatest possibility, and gave me the chance to be more. There were champions who understood that justice is not for some, it is for all. And that the only way we get to it is ensure that each of us has the opportunity to rise above our greatest challenge. I'm so excited to see so many first-time graduates, first in their families, first in their family line, because I'm one of those proud few who had family show up and share in the excitement of knowing that right now, your children watching have had their entire trajectory changed because you stood in the breach and had the courage to keep this work going. So congratulations to that. Now, the thing I should tell you is I'm ADHD, and I've got like 75 things I want to talk about now because But they told me I don't have enough time for all of it, so I just want to talk about a few things. There's a great quote that we all know about. It says that insanity, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting by some miracle to get a different result. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you keep getting what you've been getting. We have been in this cycle in our justice programming and the way we serve our citizens in this nation for a long time, and we have been doing the same thing over and over with no return on that investment. And what I hope, through the education, through the gathering of knowledge you have been through here, you will understand that there are new ways to do things. Those of you who are clearly in the criminal justice pathway need to understand that who we were 20 years ago as a nation dealing with juvenile justice and adult justice issues is no longer viable. We have enough data, and that is the only thing. You all have gone through research and methods. Data is the only thing we can really rely on, and the data tells us that the only way we reclaim our best hope, the only way we re-engage our children and adults who have made mistakes and make them credible, valuable members of our society is to continue to hold out hope for what we call the American dream, that life, that liberty, that pursuit of happiness, that everyone has the opportunity to fall down and, if they have courage, to stand back up. But there's something interesting about that quote. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you keep getting what you've been getting. John Maxwell said it better. He said, if you keep doing what you've been doing, your competition gets better and you get worse results. So it's not actually the same as getting the same result, because some of us are okay with that. The truth is, when we don't innovate, when we don't get creative, when we don't learn new ways to save lives, new ways to intervene, new ways to transform situations, then we lose. Our systems are burdened, our belly full with too many souls who have been lost. And it's time for us to figure out how we reclaim them and return them to their families, to their children, to their communities, to their hard-working lives, so that we, as Americans, can share in the victory. But it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But not everybody is up for the challenge of taking on our nation's hardest, most difficult issues. But you, through this study, through this work, are proving yourselves capable and hopefully ready to do that. And I'm excited to welcome you into this wide range of public service that will allow you the opportunity to set policy, to create change, to demand better for yourselves, for your families, for our communities, and more importantly, for the folks we serve. Because in America, all does mean all. And it's time for us to finally prove that instead of just say that. Now, I had this thought that went through my head, and I've got a couple of minutes left that I wanted to play a game, and I told y'all I was ADHD, and so we're going to go with that. We're going to play a game called Simon Says. Y'all ready? I know you didn't come to play Simon Says, but they gave me a microphone, 2 of them, so we're going to play a game called Simon Says. We're going to play a game called Super Simple Simon Says. The only difference between regular Simon Says and Super Simple Simon Says is that instead of getting out one time, you get 3 chances to get out. Now, how many times do you want to get out? No, you want to get out none, but you still have 3 chances just in case you haven't played in a while. So we're going to start. All right, everybody clap your hands. I didn't say Simon. So, okay, so we're going to call that our practice round. Now we're going to play for real. Simon says clap your hands. Okay, stop. Okay, Simon says stop. I always use that second because people do that big, I was just stretching, thinking about it. It's okay. So now we're working into it really good. Simon says stomp your feet. All right, Simon says stop stomping. Good, good. Now, Simon says raise your left hand over your head. Left hand, good, good. Now, Simon says take your left hand and index finger of your left hand and put it on your chin. Okay, anatomy lesson number 1. I know you all are not science students, but anatomy lesson number 1. Your chin is located below your lip, not next to your ear. Some people are still like, what? I don't get it. What's the problem? All right, okay. So Simon says put your left hand down. All right, Simon says raise your right hand over your head. Now, Simon says take that right hand and put it on your forearm. Okay, anatomy lesson number 2, your forearm. There's still a professor in the front row going, what? I got it. It's okay. Your forearm is located above your elbow, not your eyebrows. Right? Okay, Simon says put your right hand down. Some of y'all are clearly really good at this, and some of y'all have not played in a while. So if you haven't gotten out one time, raise your hand. Well, now you have, because I didn't say Simon Says. All right, so Simon Says that game is over. Now, when we were children, we learned to play Simon Says because it was the building block for following instruction, for listening closely to what has to happen and making sure you follow through. But I always think that Simon Says is quite literally the building blocks for our success models. When you think about it, it's broken down into 3 distinct components appropriately. I'll say that again. Listen, understand, and respond appropriately. Now, listening is not just the taking in of noise. Listen, understand, and respond is taking in data and filtering it for meaning. We can listen with our ears, we can listen with our bodies, we can listen with data to take in enough knowledge to know what has to happen next. And we understand, when we process that information to figure out what the instruction is, what the next need is, what has to happen, then we act. Listen, understand, respond appropriately. Now, if you think about this, graduates, and you think about the work you've been about to get to this moment, and you think about where you're moving from here, this game, Simon Says, simple, not complex, is absolutely the core of your success model. When you want justice, listen, understand, and respond appropriately. Let the data tell you what has to happen. Let the information inform, prepared to enter the world of public service, safe, form your next movement. And when you act, know that you act with the latest training, the best technology, and the greatest teachers to allow you the best chance of success. Today, you have the opportunity to stand with us in this incredible work, to stand for the least, to speak for the lost, to reclaim those who have been left behind. My journey led me through many dark places, and but for individuals like you who chose to stand and speak and to reach back for me, I would have suffered my whole life there. I would be sitting in jail with my 2 brothers, both serving life sentences, or I'll be buried right next to my 5 cousins in St. Louis, the youngest 14 when he was shot in the head. But because there were people who chose to see me in my possibility, not my pain, who chose to step up their expectations of me to create new options, I have the privilege of standing here and extending this challenge to you. It is time for us to revision what justice and public service looks like in America, and you are the front line of that. You are the newest, the greatest, the most awesome possibility that we have. So I want to congratulate all of you on this hard work and welcome you to this incredible opportunity for you, your families, and this incredible nation. God bless you on your journey. Thank you.
President Michael T. Benson and Provost Jana Weiss will now proceed with the formal conferring of degrees on our graduates.
President Benson, Dean Jerry Pogachnik will present candidates for graduate degrees.
Will the candidates for master's degrees please stand and remain standing? Master's degrees. Thank you. President Benson, these candidates have been approved by the faculty, and I present them to you for the conferring of their degrees.
President Benson, Dean Kapler will present candidates for undergraduate degrees.
Will the candidates for bachelor degrees and associate degrees please stand and remain standing? President Benson, these candidates have been approved by the faculty, and I present them to you for the convocation of their degrees.
President Benson, with the recommendation of the faculty, the Dean and I present these candidates to you for the conferring of their degrees.
Candidates, the long-anticipated hour has come. You are here with family and loved ones looking on. The faculty and officers of the university are gathered in witness and testimony to your conduct and purpose. Therefore, by virtue of the authority granted me by the Board of Regents of Eastern Kentucky University and with the faculty's recommendation, it is now my pleasure to confer upon each of you the appropriate degree and do hereby vest each of you with the rights and privileges pertaining to that degree. Once verified by final grades, your diploma will be confirmed and acknowledged by the Great Seal of Eastern Kentucky University. Congratulations. Candidates, please be seated.
Will the honorary faculty advisors please escort the degree candidates to the stage? We will now read the names of the graduates. This is both a solemn and a joyous occasion. As names are called, I ask that each of you show the decorum and dignity of the occasion. In this way, each graduate can receive the recognition he or she so richly deserves. I thank you.
School of Justice Studies, Masters of Science, Erica Morgan Bowe. Hannah Ray Spencer. Mark Allen Stollard. Daniel William King. Janet Lee Henderson. Bachelor of Science, Jennifer Nicole Brown. Rebecca Leandra Edwards. Dana Mae McGinnis. Ray Lee Fletcher, Jr. Robert Charles Kinser. Melissa K. Stone. Kalina Deanne Cornett. Kendra Elaine Haddix. Mark Allen Kilburn. Cesar Esmerel. Martha T. Bagley. Nathan Ray Balk. Hunter Elijah Powell. Christopher Austin Cook. Justin Michael Powell. Bianca Nicole French. Jacob Marshall Barnes. Turin Lewis Furlong. Roger Lee Kilgore. Taylor Catherine Moore. Madison Elizabeth Donahue. Kevin Lee Olson. Zachary Allen Moore. Devin Austin Donnelly. Corey William Sutton. Philip Michael Chasteen. Alexander William Marson. Taylor Douglas Dodson. Tanisha Nicole Hubbard. Roger Dylan Bowling. Rebecca Marie Triplett. Lisa Rawlings. Alicia Cherie Mitchell. Lee Ann Embry. Meredith Ruth Dambros. Arisha Shatis Higgins. Jeremy Brad King. Randall Don Cottle. Hillary D. Welch. Dustin Randall Shepard. Marcus Nathaniel Carroll. Jessica Nicole York. Jennifer Leanne Wells. Brooke Morgan Hollingsworth. Kimberly Nicole Smart, Honor Scholar. Whitley Brooke Combs. Caitlin Quinn Gregory. Summer Lane Jeffrey. Simone Danae Cheek. Amika Angelique Black. Daviana LaShawn Parm. Nicoletta Ten. Darren Ryan Warren. Saria Serenity Judea Party. Sabrina Michelle Schaus. Kelsey Renee Jackson. Trevor W. Sams. Alexander Robert Turner. Jordan Sim. Christopher Tyler Witt. Jesse James Artley. Lucas W. Wynn. Krista Marie Rocca. Irissa F. Dye. Havana Ellen Childers. Latasha Mache Hutchinson. Tyler Jonathan Berry. Jared Mitchell Van Hoos. Bryce Stephen Krebs. Nicholas Allen Fratini. Joseph William Badgett III. Priscilla Amy Norfleet. Associate of Arts, Deaxis Luana Lynn Carr. Rachel Marie Rains. Dana Reynolds Carter. School of Safety, Security, and Emergency Management, Masters of Science, Christopher C. Reeves. Mary Catherine Ashley Sheeran. Garrett Edward Prince. Michael Ross Garton Fogg. Elizabeth Lauren Vesio. Catherine Marie Lindsay. Frederick M. Walsh. Dana Marie Navarrete. Janelle R. Parrish. Jennifer Renee Lee. Kendall Deanne Hall. Clarissa Cowan. Christopher Davis. Timothy David Mullis. Timothy Jason Smith. Anthony Nathan Michaels Mudd. Christopher Robbins Fow. Billy Ray Brandstutter. Corey L. Kozak. David John Barnes. Christopher Matthew Ambergy. Charles R. O'Neill. Brendan Robert Kinsella. Thomas John Taylor. Frank Anthony McNara. Bachelor of Science, Austin Wood McEldred, Honor Scholar. Laura Mitcheltree Derringer. Elisha Adam Shepard. Adam Keith Ratliff. Aaron Michael Barnhill. Matthew Brandon Cole. Sean Michael Gadio. Trevor Lane Blackwell. Bronson Jovan Williams. Chad Matthew Snyder. Jeremy Randall Davis. Kristen Amanda Preston. Justin Lawson. Corey Andrew Cleeth. Donnie J. Pretty. Salim Al-Fahim. David Ellison Knight. Todd Lowell Jacobs. Timothy S. Fowler. Caitlin Elizabeth Koger. Donovan Edward Norris. Alex Paul Rowcliffe. Evan Patrick Calhoun. Benjamin Michael Laughlin. Brett Wayne Bragdon. Michael V. Bush. Mark Anthony Hughley. Joseph Carl Jones. Michael Sepanik. Paris Mitchell Taylor. Andrew Douglas Lucas. Matthew Scott Barrett. Clayton Jared Thornburg. Jacob Lewis Ramsey. Grayson Curry Jones. Taylor Benjamin Chandler. Satam Mohammed Al-Dwasari. Fayez Al-Shamari. Abdullah Saleh Al-Jadi. Ahmed Fahad Al-Badi. Austin Cole McKee. Jeffrey Hansen. Kelvin B. Alcorn. Marcus Colby Bandy. Joshua David Hearn. Falah Hadi Al-Quatrani. Mohammed Khalid Al-Farhan. Naif Ahmed Al-Mayami. Bandar Mohammed Al-Khaldi.
hard to say.
Switch there. May I have all the graduates please stand up? Okay, graduates, the moments for which you have worked so long and hard is now at hand. If you have not already done so, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Alumni are so very important in the life of a university and a college. And we are very fortunate at the College of Justice and Safety to have the loyal support of many alumni. Among those is Ken Armstrong, President of the Eastern Kentucky University's College of Justice and Safety Alumni Board. Ken is a two-time graduate of the College of Justice and Safety with a bachelor's degree in police studies and a master's of science degree in criminal justice. He is a 24-year member of the Lexington Police Department, a certified instructor with the Kentucky Law Enforcement Council, and has been involved with the training of over 1,200 public safety officials on topics ranging from criminal street gangs, community policing, and leadership development. Please welcome Ken Armstrong as he will address the new graduates from the College of Justice and Safety.
Thank you, Dr. Davis, President Benson, Board of Regents, Dean Kapler, and all the distinguished members of the Eastern Kentucky University administration and faculty for allowing me to speak today on behalf of the College of Justice and Safety Alumni Society. This morning, as I sat on the stage, I have seen countless smiles and expressions of excitement, but I've also seen a few tears as well. As I've looked into the stands, I've seen proud parents, grandparents, spouses, children, friends, and family members all rejoicing in your accomplishment. And they should be excited, and so should you. You have accomplished something worthy of great praise, and I congratulate you all on behalf of the Alumni Association, which you are now all official members of. However, just a few moments ago, when President Benson stood in this exact spot and asked each of you to simply move your tassel from the right to the left, did you know you were just agreeing to a lifelong commitment? Did you all know that? Well, you did. With that simple motion, you officially became not only a member of the Alumni Society, but became a select member of a very special group of men and women from all over the world who have brought great honor to not only this institution, but the communities they serve in and themselves. And that responsibility should not be taken lightly. Today, there are thousands of fellow alumni and members who risk their lives and well-beings on a daily basis to serve their community. Regardless of what type of degree you may have received here today, at its core, Eastern Kentucky University, and more specifically, our college, is about public service. There is no higher calling than to serve your fellow man and woman. And as of today, December 12, 2015, you have all taken on that responsibility. And again, do not take that responsibility lightly. So, my fellow alumnus, as you leave here today, you'll be taking an excellent education. You'll be taking fond memories of our campus, beautiful, and you'll be taking friendships and experiences that will be yours forever. But I ask that you not just take, I would also ask that you give. Give your time and talents to the communities you'll be returning to and to your alma mater. Speak fondly of the university, wherever your path may lead you, and wear the maroon and white with pride, promoting EKU at every opportunity. And do not forget, our university will always be here for you. And as alumnus, we should be here for the university and each other. In ending, I'd simply say to all of you, congratulations, good luck, God bless, and go EKU.
Thank you, Ken. I'd like to take a moment to share with you a few closing remarks or comments and share with you a quote from a great leader. The reason why a quote from a great leader resonates with us can be wide and quite varied. Perhaps the reason can be found in the metaphors the leader uses or in the context in the moment in which we read their remarks. As we stand here today in the foothills of Eastern Kentucky to celebrate your achievements, looking both at the past and certainly contemplating the future, I would like to share with you the words of a great man who sought justice and freed an entire people. After 27 years in prison for his social justice activism, Nelson Mandela negotiated the end of apartheid in South Africa, bringing peace to a racially divided society and leading the fight around the world for human rights. Reflecting on his decades of struggle, he wrote the following passage that I'd like to read to you now. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I've made missteps along the way, but I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds there are many more hills to climb. I've taken a moment to rest, to steal a view from the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come, but I can only rest a moment, for with freedom comes responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended. So graduates, if only for today, stop, rest, reflect from this great vista of your accomplishment. Celebrate the hills that you have conquered. But as Nelson Mandela instructs us, do not linger too long. Do not rest. Do not dwell on your missteps, because for those of you who have chosen a profession that serves the greater social good, there are more responsibilities and more hills to climb tomorrow. Your long walk in the struggle of justice and the greater social good is just beginning, and there's much work to be done tomorrow. Most of us will never face the trials and tribulations that Nelson Mandela faced in the course of his life, but certainly you have not chosen the easiest of paths. Your integrity will be tested. You may become fatigued and perhaps even disillusioned. You may face mountains that seem insurmountable. In trying and troubled times, come back here to this moment, this place, to the foothills of Eastern Kentucky University, the place where your journey for justice and the greater social good began. Your university, your alma mater, will be waiting to serve you. Graduates, I extend to each of you my congratulations, along with those of my esteemed colleagues. You depart this university with our best wishes and our highest regards. You leave the College of Justice and Safety a better place today because of your service and your great achievements. Graduates and guests, please be sure to join me for a reception to continue the celebration of your achievement in the Stratton Building cafeteria immediately following this ceremony. Please now stand for the recessional. And remain standing until the platform party has left the arena floor. Now, for one last time, let us recognize with a hearty round of applause the newest graduates of Eastern Kentucky University.